hasn't changed. The saga continues as Veolia Water customers continue to report discolored water. Now, this is the company saying they're doing the best they can. They're flushing out the hydrant system, but customers are saying, they're having a hard time believing that this is really working. CBS 21's Maxine Rose now from a restaurant dealing with all this in Susquehanna Township. They're frustrated by it all as well.
Yeah, Joel, let me give you a look here. We're in Gabriel's in Susquehanna Township. You can see they're still working away here, luckily, but they have been dealing with some issues here. They tell me that they sometimes get discolored water one day and then the next comes out clear just like this. So today we asked the Veolia Water spokesperson why that tends to happen even when someone does the flushing here through their system. They said they didn't really know, but it's important to make sure that you're calling them every time you see that discolored water so they can come out and help you. And well, today we talked a little bit more about that and we got an exclusive firsthand look at what exactly that looks like when they come out to a hydrant near you. We met crews at Avon and Winthrop Drives in Lower Paxton Township. They first put dechlorination drops in the tubes before letting out the water for roughly 1 hour. We saw discoloration in the first few minutes there, and then it turned clear. But roughly 30 minutes in, it became discolored again. The spokesperson said that time what we were looking at there was the water that customers were actually reporting. So they let it run until it became clear once again. Now, another important thing she mentioned was that if you were gone for the holiday weekend, for example, you might have not, of course, run your faucets, so you might come back to some discoloration because all that sediment is stuck in there. They also say it's important to continue flushing in your home 10 to 15 minutes, even though it might be hard to believe that it's working, because once you keep that water going through those pipes, they say it could actually help. And also remember to call the customer service line. We have all that for you on our website, cbs21.com. Back to you in the studio. Yeah, Joel, I'm here in Gabriel's Pizza's kitchen in Susquehanna Township. They're working away here. They're making pizzas. They're making tomato sauce. They're soaking fresh fruits and vegetables here, all things that require the use of water, of course. And the manager, he tells me that he's now having to use things just like this, big jugs of water to do all of that instead of using just the sink.
You can't even drink out of the tap, I'm trying to give everybody as much water as I can, I have joggers and walkers coming up and down the street can use a cup of faucet water now, give them the alternatives, because water is a necessity.
Jacobo's talking about Veolia Water, reminding people to run their faucets with me today, about running the water for 10 to 15 minutes when they're seeing discolored water. He says, even still, the discoloration sometimes comes back the next day. And Jacobo also says the brown, murky water first started here at Gabriel's weeks ago.
I think it's like a waste of water, it's like a waste of time, with everything going on, prices skyrocketing here, Now you're telling me I got to run my water 20 minutes, doesn't work, run it another 20 minutes,
And Veolia Water spokesperson, they tell me today that it's important that if you're a restaurant just like you're a regular household customer, it's important to call the customer service line with Veolia to make sure they're coming out to where you are to flush out that hydrant. And restaurants just like this can also get flushing credit.